Padre.
Ryan.
I have a important message for the people. Very
What?
important message. Friday vibes only.
No.
Straight up, no exceptions. Friday vibes only. Don't even consider coming around here and making any noise, leaving any comments, giving any bets unless you are bringing strictly Friday vibes.
That's right. That's right. And we want to know, how's your week been? Not your bets, your week. You as a person, how are you feeling? Are you taking care of yourself? Number one. Is number one being looked after? Because without number one, we are all worthless.
Bro, let me tell you, I fucking looked after number one today.
Oh, you got your outfit would suggest as much. I actually cracked up once again when you came on camera. It's hilarious that you look like that.
I thought I would have time to like shower and unwind.
Oh no.
But of course, frost delay at the course this morning. Pushed everyone's tea times back.
Oh God.
So, you do what you can do, squeezed it in. Got, actually played really well for an early season round. Actually my first 18-hole round of the year, shot 4 over. You love to see it.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, felt great. Had a minor injury. No one should be worried about me, but there was a lot of blood involved. No one should be worried. Like, don't worry about me. But I was like Kurt Schilling out there, like, but with real blood. Yeah. Actually, this is actually crazy. There must have been something under my ball, whether it be a stick or a rock. And when I hit the ball shot out, but the thing that was under it shot into my inner thigh and legitimately cut me open.
What?
Yes, dude. Yes, I was in so much pain. Also, like, the softest part of your like just skin, and like, so it's just so sensitive there. Yeah.
I don't know if this qualifies. Yeah. Is this common in golf? This sounds like an uber freak accident.
Total freak thing. Never heard of it, never seen it. I've seen people like get like sand in their eye or something like after hitting, but never heard it. Dude, it hurts so bad. Like,
wow.
Did you ever play paintball when you were younger? Like, when you get hit by a paintball and a soft spot of
that kind of stinger. That's not good.
Pushed through. Fought, true warrior.
Oh yeah.
Credit to me, and made it to the other side.
I didn't expect that. I honestly didn't expect that. I thought it was just Friday vibes and there were no severe injuries or lots of bleeding involved. I'm really surprised by this, Ryan. I'm just happy you're here with us, safe and sound.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy to be with us as well, and that's why Friday vibes are even better. Like, could have been my last Friday ever. Just a couple more drops of blood, I could have been out.
That's right. That's exactly right. But as Pearl Jam once saying, he's still alive, baby, and we got him. We got him on our Friday vibes. I spent my Friday, Ryan, doing something maybe more luxurious than playing golf, and that was looking up the weather and stats for all the pitchers on the MLB slate today to come up with some cold weather, maybe extra humid Nerfies for you. Yes.
Let's go. That is pretty luxurious, man.
Extremely luxurious. I, of course, was cuddling the kitten while that was happening. Muffin sock.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the internet might be turning Kate pro muffin sock.
Let's go. I love internet peer pressure.
Yep. I think she felt it suggested some dirty sexual innuendo, muffin sock, or that it was at least too adjacent to that.
Muffin top?
Yeah, right, exactly. And I think the internet love has allowed her to lessen on that. So I cuddled the kitten. I found you some cold weather Nerfies. It's an all-time Friday.
Let's go. Austin in the comments. True Friday parlay here. 5-game Nerf City.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about, Austin.
Yeah.
That's a true Nerf man right there. I know a Nerf man when I see one.
John Elway at Folsom Field in the 90s. Do you understand that reference?
Elway at
Yeah.
Folsom?
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
Not at all.
John Elway did a commercial for the Vortex football. Do you remember those?
Yes. I
Made by
remember Elway Vortex football commercials.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was filmed at Folsom Field. The one where he's like, "You can throw it 100 yards," and then he throws it 100 yards.
No way.
Yeah, he was a Nerfman.
Wow. There's so much.
One of the OGs.
There's so much great Elway footage out there. It's
Also,
incredible.
like Elway being not enough people talking about Elway being true scooter gang, like straight up. Me and Elway in the same gang.
That guy scoots.
Oh yeah,
big scoot guy.
That guy knows his way around the scooter.
He does. Actually, you were talking about trying to have a steak dinner tonight to keep the Friday vibes going. If you could mix in a scoot anyway in there, you've kind of had an Elway day.
Bro,
Golf,
what if I scoot to Elway's for steaks?
I didn't want to put the pressure. I mean, is that a scootable ride from your place?
Every ride is scootable if you have enough imagination.
That's the best. We should end the show on that. Frankly, it's not going to get more peak Friday than if you have enough imagination, you can scoot anywhere. That's beautiful. That's truly beautiful.
Also, like everywhere I go, I feel like there's a new Elway's. I actually think there's one like 0.3 of a mile away from me.
Oh my god! Some fancy restaurants, and I hate this, but they'll do some bastardized, abbreviated, like to-go version of the restaurant.
Oh God, Elway's Express.
Elway's Express. I can't wait for an Elway's Express.
Bro, we experienced that when we were trying to go to Acme Oyster House in New Orleans for the first time.
We were like, "What is all the hype about? This is like airplane food here."
We realized we had fucked up.
Yeah.
When we walked into a casino, like. I was like, "Oh, we got to go to Acme Oyster House." We're like, "Cool." We looked at one. It was like, "Oh, there's a long wait here, but there's no wait at this one." We're like, "Oh, let's just go to that one." Walk in, got to show our IDs to walk through the casino. We're like, "Oh, we've done something terribly wrong."
Yeah. Walk by a Fuddruckers. All our spidey senses were tingling like crazy. Yeah.
That was only the first mistake of that night, and there were many.
Indeed.
Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, Friday vibes only. Feeling good. Gonna scoot to Elway's. I heard they actually give you 50% off if you present a scooter at the door.
They should, man. If they were true to the brand, they would. I'm sure John would approve of that.
Yeah, Steven in the comments said the Elway Nerf commercial definitely worked on this guy. Oh yeah, like everyone was like, "Oh my god, you could throw this football for days." And you actually really could. Like that, great job by the aerodynamics team at Nerf, putting together just an absolute modern marvel.
I mean,
a football that could fly forever.
With how crappy and inconsistent quarterback play is, shouldn't that just become the regular ball?
Oh, dude, could you imagine?
Let's close the gap, baby. Let's make this happen,
Can you imagine, like, Pat Mahomes throwing a 98-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill?
Just every play, like, running backwards to buy himself more time because he can just huck that thing
knows he
for
can
miles.
Just sidearm it 100 yards.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That would be epic. I at least want to see, like, one day of it. Just, show me, like, a Nerf tournament.
Maybe that's what the USFL needs, They really need to bridge the gap with bad quarterback play.
Something about offense is terribly wrong.
Yeah.
A smaller football, like, might actually be the answer because I get better at quarterback if the football gets smaller.
Bro, of course. Smaller balls, smaller hoops. I'm an all-star, bro.
Oh, dude, I legitimately think I'm in the 7-foot basketball hoop Hall of Fame.
All I know is the young children whose mothers let me look after them back in the day, they'll have nightmares to this day about the Nerf hoops that I was dunking on them in. So
just posterizing children.
Even as a teenager, I enjoyed that. So
I had a adjustable hoop in my front yard that pretty much stayed at 7.5.
Nice.
At all times. Also, like, had a collection of like the mini basketballs that are like this big.
Oh, those are the best.
of like every college team. I don't even know why. I had like a Texas one, a Kansas one, like all the Big 12 teams, of course, a
Big
Buffs
12.
one. And bro, my range, unreal. Like we're talking just 40-foot pull-ups at any moment.
Just think if you'd been practicing on a fish size, where you could be.
So I'm gonna test the theory that I believe is to be true. That I discovered during that. You have to the ball to height ratio has to be equal to like college or at least high school basketball players. So like when you're 5 feet tall, you should not be shooting on a 10-foot rim. So you just have to slowly because like my jumper to this day is cash. So
Right.
it's because I didn't create bad habits.
That's right. And I was tweaking my jumper literally every other day in practice, and I will work my ass off to get to the rack because I do not trust that jumper.
All right, we're over the quota of bullshit, so let's get to our big
Quite
threes.
a bit. Yeah, quite a bit over.
We'll start with mine here, and of course, it's an all money line playoff big three. I think I went 1 and 2 last night. Apologies, but maybe you rode with Dre on the non-census. Great game.
What a game.
Anyways, pity pennies, plus 100 against the Rangers. Hearing some people going down to the DNVR bar to take in this one, like a true hype game 7.
Wow, that's incredible. I'm with you on this one. I like the value. I will say though, Sid the Kid out concussed, so that could be a big one.
Wait,
that's why we've got the value. Yeah, that's why we've got the value. But everyone knows New York's gonna choke, so I think.
Dude, that's scary. He's had a lot. Oh wait, this is actually game 6. My bad.
It is game 6, but they can close it
it's
at home. Yeah,
right. I think all game 6s
correct
closeout games.
Yep.
So there you go. I got the Pens. That scares me. I hope Sid's okay. Obviously, he's had a lot of issues with that in his career, so that's scary. Panthers money line taking on the Caps. I think the idea that the Caps are good is in fact cap.
Wow.
They're
even I get that.
they're it's like it's pumpkin time as I like to say. Clock.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Pumpkin time for the Caps. And finally, a lot of people are calling them the Bucky Boys. I'm not one of those people, of course. But I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks. I personally would never call them the Bucky Boys. But I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks money line minus 115.
Wow, the Bucky Boys. You don't hear that every day. I'm with you on this. We might have the makings of a playoff parlay of the weekend. I don't know.
PPOT dubs?
Who's to say? I don't even know if we have a dilemma, as you know. That's just no one knows. No one's ever. No one knows. No one knows at DNVR. We keep that thing under wraps. So let's go cold nerfy hunting. Some of these are such tremendous value that we had to parlay them together. So it's an actual nerf big 4, Toronto against Tampa Bay, and Milwaukee again, the Brew Crew against the Marlins here. Brew Crew Marlins, just phenomenal pitching on display. Lopez against Burnsy, 1.86 ERA against 1.0 ERA. I mean, come on, Ryan. And then in Florida, very humid, over 60%, both in Tampa, both in Miami. You know the humidity and what it does for breaking balls, Ryan. You're a Colorado guy.
Oh, those things snap.
That's exactly right. And when you have great pitching on the mound in both these matchups, that's a guaranteed nerfy. That's why we have to parlay them together to get to plus 142. Toronto with old K-Gauze, a Colorado native like yourself, Ryan, and against Rasmussen. Both of those guys rocking ERAs in the 2s. So you know that's a lock. Oh, did I say Colorado guy? Because Marco Gonzalez going to the Big Apple that never sleeps and taking on in the old sandbox, the northeastern sandbox. We've got many of these. You know, everyone wants to talk about these hitter-friendly parks. What about the sandboxes, the pitcher-friendly BS parks they've got? Maxi Scherzer on the mound, Ryan, against Colorado's own Marcos Gonzalez, both rocking some nice ERAs, and it is 65 in the Big Apple today, Ryan.
Wow, the Big Apple by the Bay, as they call it.
By the Bay, I think you're confusing your cities there. The Florida towns, Tampa and Miami, that's in the 80s. For Florida, that's cold, Ryan. That's cold.
Wow.
Not everyone knows that. And then Austin, I hope you're dialed in. Bump that volume up wherever you may be listening or watching this. Royals against the Rockies. We call this the change the diaper special, Ryan, because the Rockies
swap it out, get out the wet wipes.
Exactly. Man, this guy gets it. They're coming home from the road trip. All of a sudden, it's time to, time to say hi to the neighbor and get caught up on how the lawn's been looking, and it's time to change some diapers.
Get out the Johnson & Johnson.
Exactly. For once, you could be the one who gets up when the baby cries tonight. You guys get it. You guys get it. All the stuff that you have to deal with when you get back. Kyle Freeland against Zachy Greinke. You don't even need to do that to his last name. He's got it built in, baby. I low-key kind of like the Royals here. Freeland, just keep it together for one inning, baby, and we got that nerfy.
One very important detail that needs to be added to all conversations surrounding the Colorado Rockies. Mr. Friday Night. Mr. Friday Night at Coors.
That's true.
Time to smoke the chronic.
Yeah.
It's one of those nights. So CJ Cron to hit a home run, plus 235. If you don't want to be quite as aggressive, you could say CJ Cron over 1.5 hits at plus 155. Or you could just go, where's the ribbies at?
I was going to say total bases on the Cron zone.
Oh, total bases. Cron zone over 1.5 minus 150. That should be easy.
Come on,
then
that's
RBI, which, by the way, on DraftKings Sportsbook, they say RBIs. Important note. Over 0.5 is minus 115. I sign off on any and all for Mr.
There
Friday.
you go. There you go. Cron zone. Yeah. And hopefully he sees that breaker after that long roadie, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That thing's going to be floating to him.
That's exactly right.
Some red dot sliders, as they call them in the biz.
This guy gets it. Real seam head over here.
Yes, of course. I'm also a net head. That's why I'm heading over to DraftKings Sportsbook to bet $5 to win $150 on any NBA money line this weekend. Just get in on it. I mean, if you haven't done this already, you're missing out. Then if I were you, I would take at least half of that and throw it on Cale Makar, Conn Smythe Cale, as they're calling him. So check that out.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Makar. Bobby. And so check that out over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Also, you can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR and sign up. Of course, you must be 21 or older. Colorado only bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. A deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough, and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Okay.
That was a really good read. Before we jump into that, could I do a little amuse-bouche of seam head for baseball heads, puck head for hockey?
Yep.
Basketball, we go hoopster.
Or you could go net head.
No, net head isn't. No, net head isn't a thing, Ryan. Football.
I think you just go football guy.
Or okay, football guy.
A gridiron grinder.
Yeah, gridiron grinder. I like that. Okay, cool. I can live with that. That's good ones.
Yeah. Thing is, like, football guy, I feel like it can actually be gender neutral. Like, you can just call anyone a football guy.
Yeah, for sure. I know some gals that are big football guys, actually.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, if you can talk about, like, if you're talking about Tampa 2 and, like, the pros and cons, I'm like, oh, a football guy, regardless of gender.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
But we could come up with, like, gridiron grinder, a little more gender neutral, just like net head.
Or football G, and then it can be guy or gal.
Football G, a real football G.
Yeah, see? It's got
I
a
like
good
it.
it's got a good swing to it. Yeah. Okay.
I think you just call that as like someone who's really into football is just called an American.
Just a living, breathing American is what that is right there.
Like, someone the other day was telling me, like, oh, you never see like this in other fan bases. You only see it in football. And I was like, that's because everyone's a football fan. Like, it encompasses every single type of person.
It's true. It's really true. Boy, we've great talks on DNVR Bets Daily.
Unbelievable talks. Another good talk that we do is, do we have a dilemma of the day? Do we know?
Do we have a dilemma? Who's to say? That's the ultimate dilemma, really.
Oh my God.
Look at it. We did it. We did it once again.
All right. PPTOW. That is playoff parlay of the weekend. And Avs Blues series picks. Why didn't I make that my big three?
You really kind of dropped the bag, some are saying.
Also, real quick, I have a graphic for you guys in graphic violence.
Oh gosh!
Just so you guys know, this one I didn't create. It was one of the Avalanche listeners created it, so it's gonna go into the Avalanche
series picks. All right. So we'll go PPOT dubs, and then we'll switch into series picks with our graphic violence. Great. Okay.
Love that.
So we got three here. If you just parlay my three picks, you're already at plus 500.
Yes.
We've got game 7 numbers up for tomorrow. A lot of 3 different game 7s going on tomorrow. We call that a blackjack where I'm from. 7 times 321 blackjack. So anything you want to get in on there? You said yesterday that the Leafs were going to lose last night and win game 7. Do you want to add that to the parlay?
I know, but then I saw all the footage of like sad Toronto fans after game 6, and man, it just feels like those people aren't. Happiness isn't in their future. Yeah, happiness isn't in their future. I've seen those faces before. I know them well. I've been in those places. I kind of get it. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Then I hear you loud and clear. Lightning money line. Kangs Oilers. I feel the same way about the Oilies. They just aren't destined for happiness.
They aren't. It's not meant for them. And Mike Trout telling us to bet the Canes because anytime we do his Bosty Brewies, actually do well. They forced a game 7 in Carolina.
I feel like I've picked the Canes every game and it's 3-3. So
well, fair enough.
I might not have any impact on this one.
Flames, Stars. Do you have a leaning? So on that one, we are picking the Canes. We're doing Mike Trout this winter.
Everyone knows I don't touch Flame Stars.
Yeah, it's real garbaggio.
It really is.
But Brody's in the stand watching with Keith. That brings me joy.
Give me the Canes.
Milwaukee's down to 115, minus 115. Brewers, Buckies.
Oh, the Bucky boys, as a lot of people are saying. Interesting.
Very interesting. You're not a fucking ears guy, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't do that. Let's just hope for a terrible weekend for Boston sports. Lost tonight, lost tomorrow night. Pack it up, hit the course.
Yeah. Well, Mercury's in retrograde, which is also why maybe not the most winners this week. So
I have no idea what you're talking about because I was listening to the DNVR Avalanche podcast, and our resident expert on, what do we call this? Astrology?
Yeah, it's astrology.
Megan was saying that the effects of Mercury retrograde can only be felt if you believe in it. So I just stopped believing in it.
Dude, you're
never
the
even
one
heard of it.
You're the one who brought that to the
Never
forefront.
Never heard of it. Don't even know what you're talking about.
I never would have heard of it or known what you were talking about
well,
had you not brought it into my life.
Well, forget about it. Forget about it.
Well, time to get lit this weekend, I guess.
Let's go.
Zap her out. Let's work that one out of there. Grizz Warriors, what the heck is going on here?
All right, this is what I call whoa, that line. Holy shit. This is what I call the CPS, the Championship Pedigree Special. The Grizz don't stand a chance. They don't have championship pedigree. Whereas the Warriors, they've all been here. They've done this a million times. Big series, big games, nothing to them. And they're at home. Steph's going for 40. It's over.
Hear me out, though. The Warriors kind of look washed and old. And is this just another case of us overrating an opponent because of how they looked against the Nuggets?
That is true. I'm the type of guy who thought Khalil Tate was going to be the greatest quarterback of all time. So
same.
Nope, it's not one of those. It's a CPS, Championship Pedigree Special.
Oh boy. Okay. And then I really would love to hear your leaning because this is the chase your tail series of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Suns Mavericks, man, regardless of how this ends, Suns fans will be fearing Luka for many, many eons.
Yeah, there you go.
You're almost bonded to an opponent when they have a series like this. Like in some ways, Donovan Mitchell, after that 7-game series where him and Jamal Murray just like entered God mode and then surpassed it. He's got a spot in my heart, you know?
Yeah, he's got a great spot in my heart because he took that L. So it's like, oh, that was cute. You like pat him on the back. You're like, man, you tried so hard. I really, I have such a great appreciation for how hard you tried. You really put your blood, sweat, and tears into this. But it's not, I hate this person. They hurt my hopes and dreams. Like, I have no special place in my heart for Steph Curry just because he was doing no-look threes on Gallo and the boys in 2013 or whatever it was.
Well, Gallo was injured in that one, though, which is the only reason we lost. And, yeah, if I saw him on the street, I would murder him. Yeah, fair enough. Good point.
So I'm sure they will have a special place in their heart they'll have so much respect for Luka if they win Game 7. If they lose Game 7, they'll hate him forever.
Yeah. And what happens, Big Rye?
Suns. Chris Paul. Last time they were in a closeout game, he went 14 for 14. I guess actually they had a closeout game last night. He didn't do that. But he's just one of those guys, man. I feel like he's going to be the calming force of both teams. If you were to say, like, who's going to be the number one guy to, like, keep his team in the right place, I think it's going to be Chris. What's weird is, like, last night is just like a blowout. Just like the Grizz Warriors game the other night. Like, your pedigree doesn't even matter when the game's over in 15 minutes. So if the games are close, the Warriors and the Suns are going to win. If somehow one of these teams does what they just did to them the night before, again, punch them in the mouth like 17 times uncontested, then, wow, what can you say but tip your cap? I will say the value on Grizz and Mavs just to win the game is pretty insane for two teams who have played to an even series at this point. So I would absolutely respect and understand someone wanting to just sprinkle each money line, saying like one of these teams is going to win, and at 2-1 and 3-1, it's worth it.
Right. Yeah,
close
I think
game.
I'm riding with you.
I just look back to that game 3, was it, for the Nuggets?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like close. And then when the Nuggets needed it, it was like, oh, Jokic can't miss because on the other side, they're not going to miss.
Yeah. I guess that's true. And then I'm big on, I think the Rapids and Rockies deserve a good fading this weekend. Rockies
fading.
Yep, I would fade. So pick your fighter, just one, and you add that to the mix, and you're gonna get over white whale territory, and that's a nice way to pass the weekend.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go white whale. I'm actually sticking with my 6-pack here, keeping it simpy. Pity pennies, the Panthers, the Bucky boys, as some are saying, the Lightning, the Kings, and the Hurricanes.
Okay, Ryan.
So
I
there we
like
go.
it. Series odds for Blue
Oh,
Sox?
right. A little graphic violence. What do we got here?
Oh, and graphic violence, yeah.
I just want to say first, be prepared. I didn't create this. The guy is very talented. Oh, sorry, it froze. Just so you know, it's a very good sticker. I didn't create this. It's shout out Travis, but it is very graphic.
All right. Graphic violence. Oh my God. What is this? Cup run? It's a pair. I don't know if we can keep this on the screen.
Yeah, it's
So it's
it was a pair slaying a goat? A baby
yeah,
goat?
so he created this so Rudo could say a super sticker to it. It's sacrifice. So we had to put it on the screen. He gave quite a bit of money so Rudo could say it as a super sticker. And what it is, it's sacrificing a goat for the cup run.
It was a pair sacrificing the goat.
The pair makes it. The pair does add some confusion, doesn't it, Big Rye? The pair is what's got.
Maybe it's like the pair, like Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar are a great pair.
Right. Well, this pair of comedians is going to give you a sacrificial lamb bet for this Blues series.
The sacrificial lamb of the weekend. Let's go.
Exactly. Ryan, I'm feeling very Avs minus 2.5 games plus 135.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. 2.5
right?
though.
A sweep or 3-1?
Sweep or in 5.
No. What, you think this is going 6?
Yeah.
Come on. Don't be silly.
I have a lot of regret of just not taking the sweep last time.
I know. I wonder if one of those, I don't know. And like 5 games plus 225 feels good. 4 plus 380 feels great.
Have you looked at the series correct score? Don't if you haven't. Have you?
Yeah, I'm there.
What? You asked.
It's in front of my eyes. It's like as you said it, I clicked and was looking at it.
So interestingly enough, they're saying most likely outcome 5 games for the Avs plus 275. Second most likely outcome is 6 games at plus 350. Third most likely outcome, sweep at plus 425, which 425 to sweep is kind of crazy to me. Crazy low.
Right.
But you just said you like Avs minus 3.5. Or minus 2.5, which is 4-1 or 4-0. I think you'd be better off. What was the odds on that?
Plus 135.
I think you'd be better off sprinkling both 4-1 and 4-0.
Yeah. I can do some quick math here.
It's actually almost the exact same.
I mean, that's how they work, these odds.
But it's actually a little bit better because you said plus 135, right?
Yeah.
So if it's 4-1 and you had bet $20 on it, you get plus 275, which is you make because 135 times 2 is plus 270.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually make an extra few dollars if you do it this way.
Yeah.
And of course, then you have the insurance of if it's a sweep, you're going big. You're winning big.
What I'm looking at is instead of going 1 unit on 4-1, 1 unit on a sweep, put 2 units on Avs minus 2.5. And then you actually make a little more that way. Huh?
Yes, you do. You do. Yes, it's a higher risk, higher reward, as most things happen in betting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want the possibility of a sweep paying me generously.
You could double
and then
down.
You basically break you a little bit better than break even on if it's 4-1, and if it's 4-2, well, you already had to sweat it out, so it wasn't that fun.
I mean, I don't hate the sweep idea. I don't hate it. You can talk me into it.
What's crazy is Avs in 7 is plus 450. Like, they're saying it's more likely to be a sweep than to be a 7-game series.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where they see this going. Avs to win the West in the minus remains
pretty
that
crazy.
way.
Anything involving the Blues winning the series is just crazy odds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there you go. You're doing it your way. I'll do it my way. We'll see who feels better at the end.
Okay, I like it. Good playoff parlay of the weekend, and yeah, there's your graphic violence. Jeez, yeah. Next time a little more appropriate, please.
Yeah, seriously. Thanks everyone who tuned in. Sorry for the nightmare fuel provided by our usually trusted producer. But what can you do? Probably killed the Friday vibes just a little bit, but they're set to bounce back once we start winning these bets. And with that, we'll leave you guys. Hope you have a great weekend.
Have fun scooting at Ellis.
Thank you. Hopefully, we'll be talking about Game 1 on Monday.
You know it.
All right. Later, guys.